So apparently Elon is stepping down, and I don't know why. Could this have anything to do with it?
Tesla sick a day as a big first quarter earnings report now looms tomorrow after the bell. For more on what to expect from the EV giant, let's bring in Yahoo Finance's senior automotive reporter, Praz Sumeranian. Praz.
Hey, thanks, Josh. A big earnings report on tap as questions swirl around Musk and that cheap Tesla EV. You know, as we all know, it's been a rough quarter for Tesla stock, down over 40% year to date. Q1 deliveries were a big miss, concerns about demand, and a lot of that is on CEO Elon Musk. His political activities like Doge are sort of hurting the brand among people who disagree with his actions. And then there's the effect of him not being around, right, which sort of, some like Dan Ives are calling a code red situation that needs repair.
For a long time now, people have been advocating for Elon to go back to work. And when I mean people, I mean his investors.
I'm the tipping point. I've had enough, okay? And I'm going to keep saying it until it happens. Somebody needs to address the issues at Tesla. And if it's not going to be Elon, it needs to be somebody else. And I think the tipping point is here. I mean, what's worse than literally Tesla owners are scared of having their car vandalized, including me. I drive a Cybertruck, and it's like I shouldn't have to feel like I'm like taking some sort of risk driving my truck. Like, you know, it's absurd. I live in Santa Monica, you know, where everybody has a Tesla, and it's like people drive with their heads down because it's like we all love the cars and the brand, but now it's like this tainted thing. So yeah. I think there's still time to repair Tesla, and a really good crisis communication team could really help, you know, like real professionals who know what they're doing, who could help repair the brand. But for some reason,
that crisis communication team is going to be paid. They're going to get paid. The amount of damage that you have to undo when you have Elon living his best life ever. Elon, for the most part, was just happy to have people around. So yeah, Tesla be damned.
Damn. His rocket company is the only reason we can now send America astronauts into space.
What a happy boy.
Take over, Elijah.
Special little guy. For a good while, Tesla was riding very high on the anticipation that Elon was going to join the government. He was going to get these contracts in place. And so naturally, the stock actually did what it does. It started to rise just based on what Elon might get accomplished for the company. Remember something, he was making appearances on Fox, he was on Joe Rogan, he was on stage talking. But then you forgot something. MAGA doesn't really buy Teslas. It's liberals. It's always been liberals. It will always be liberals. The whole EV movement with Elon, the pull of it was to combat climate change. I guess in some kind of way, if you put two and two together, liberals do have their own version of what the Proud Boys are. They're called Antifa.
You just don't get it, do you? You don't.
And even the people that don't necessarily agree with how Antifa goes about doing things, at times, they still for the most part consider themselves anti-fascist or anti-racist. So when they see someone whose brand they normally buy do this.
And I just want to say thank you for making it happen. Thank you.
There's a lot of liberals out there that when they feel like they have a cause or something to fight for, they almost wear going to jail like a badge of honor. So they have no problem with responding to your little Roman salute with stuff like this. That's a key. I'll give you one guess as to what they're about to do.
Dernière génération au Canada, un collectif de gens ordinaires qui demande à ce que le gouvernement canadien instaure un comité de protection face aux désastres climatiques pour protéger la population canadienne.
They're spray painting swastikas, they're keying the cars, they're spray painting the dealerships. And then there was one particular clip. It's not funny, but it made me laugh.
Yeah, you're Elon Musk, huh? Freaking Rocket Man? How about F you? F you like you're screwing us, you straight.
Do you know how mad you have to be to forget that your car is running while you're vandalizing another vehicle? So his stock currently is on a downward spiral, about 5.8% from Monday. Now this is right before their earnings meeting. And so they say, and the status of the company's upcoming cheaper EV are swirling ahead of the report, with the stock down nearly 44% year to date. And then they continue. The big concern for Tesla's bread and butter auto business is demand. Earlier in April, Tesla reported Q1 deliveries of 336,681 units versus 390,342 estimated per Bloomberg consensus, making it the worst quarter for deliveries since the second quarter of 2022.
Damn!
Now, this comes as rival automakers saw huge sales gains and consumers pushed up purchases to avoid tariffs, which began on April 2nd, doomsday as some call it. Tesla's main rival overseas, BYD, this is BYD by the way, yeah. Cool concept, but not sure how long those tires are going to last. But they continue. BYD has been eating into Tesla's market share for some time now. And it's not necessarily that people don't like Tesla. Tesla was always connected to Elon, so the more Elon does things that people don't like, the more people connect him to the brand, and the more they don't like the brand.
My companies are suffering because I'm in the government. You just pointed that out a moment ago.
Right.
Do you think it helps sales if dealerships are being firebombed? Of course not. And Tesla customers are being intimidated all over the country and all over Europe. Mm-hmm. Does that help Tesla? I mean, you had Tim Waltz, who's a huge jerk, running around on stage with the Tesla stock price where the stock price had gone in half.
You have stupid MAGA brain.
Wait, hold on. I remember this interview, so I know this talk isn't coming from the guy that ran on stage with the chainsaw.
This is the chainsaw for bureaucracy. Chainsaw!
And so here's where they're at. It says, my Tesla stock and the stock of everyone who holds Tesla has gone roughly in half. Musk said Wednesday at a Wisconsin rally for a Trump-backed judge running in the state's Supreme Court election, this is a very expensive job, is what I'm saying. And you're welcome. Now remember, the tariffs that are being imposed caused a lot of countries to retaliate the only way that they could, to reciprocate.
Welcome back to Overtime. Tesla, one of the hardest hit stocks in the S&P 500 today. Some negative headlines weighing on sentiment, including reports that the company is delaying the launch of its lower-cost Model Y and lowering Cybertruck production. The stock also getting a price target cut at Barclays, citing weakening fundamentals. And tomorrow, we'll get first quarter earnings right here on Overtime. Joining us now is Steve Westley, founder and managing partner at the Westley Group and a former Tesla board member. Steve, welcome. So Tesla has never probably traded on its fundamentals as a car company. So does all of this stuff matter, or does a potential shift in Elon Musk's reputation matter more?
Look, all of this matters. You can't go on forever without showing growth and profits. And look, this is a rough quarter for Tesla, and they may not have hit rock bottom yet. Big miss on deliveries, 337,000 vehicles versus an estimate of 380,000. That's a 13% decrease, and it stands in stark contrast to the rest of the world. EVs grew 29% year over year. Tesla's shrinking 13%. So that's why the share price has dropped 50% from a December high of $1.5 trillion down now to just over $700 billion. It's hard to lose $800 billion in shareholder value without investors getting a little worried. Now, analysts expect a flat Q1, revenues probably $21.5 billion. That could be lower revenues for 2025. And if you want to be valued as a flashy high-tech company, you need the growth to go with it. Punchline, Tesla needs to find a new growth engine soon.
Absolutely. Couldn't agree more. Damage control is going to be working overtime. Listen, that's all I got for now. Whatever your thoughts are, leave them in the comment section. If you guys enjoyed this video, don't forget to drop a like, and I will see you again on the next one. Be easy, y'all.